Welcome into Busch Stadium in downtown St. Louis. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Baltimore Orioles taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
And now, please welcome your St. Louis Cardinals.
And now here's the starter for St. Louis, Dustin May.
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Just about ready to roll. Here's Leody Taveras. The 0-1. Oh, that got him. First batter of the game is hit by the pitch.
Batting second, shortstop.
Digging in, Gunnar Henderson. Hey.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul. That's way outside. And the count is 2-2. That one missed.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. That one carrying. For the love of God, let me sleep. A two-run shot, and it gives him the lead in the first. It's 2-0. Here's Pete Alonso. Ball one.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
And that one fouled off. Just getting started here in St. Louis. There's a strike. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. Next offering is down low. Swings and misses. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Here's Adley Rutschman singing. The Orioles gave him the largest signing bonus ever. More than $8 million, and you can see why. This guy just oozes with talent.
Yeah, Boog, and if it wasn't for a strained triceps injury, I believe Adley would have been on the Orioles opening day roster in 2022. The moment he was healthy enough, the Orioles called him up, and the rest is history.
Left field. A dive, and he can't haul it in. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Next to hit, Colton Cowser. He was late there, strike 1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch is outside. Swings through him for the K. Good job at damage control right there. Back here in St. Louis and getting the start for Baltimore, Trevor Rogers. What do you have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Jackknife's out of the way. Ripped to the right center. Should be extra bases.
Everything came together for him. I really like the approach to that swing. That was a good changeup on the corner, but he recognized it early, did get jumpy, and just smacked it to the opposite field.
Mason Wynn in the box now as he leaves that one up high. And that gets the inside corner for a strike. Sajazi aboard here at first with nobody out. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. And now it's Ivan Herrera. Swings through that one for strike one. In there at the knees for a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Now it's going to be Alec Burleson. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Ball, that's out.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Too low, and it's ball three.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
So a walk puts runners at first and second. First and second, 2 outs. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Swings through that one. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. That one missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
This is baseball, not tennis.
We move ahead to the top of the second now. Here's the designated hitter for the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle.
Inside ball.
This one in the air right field and just foul. Right side, Sajazi. Slings to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting 8.
So up next. He's Alexander. Yeah, that's fouled off. Late with the swing there. Outside.
That's a ball.
Ball 1. And a foul ball. He stays alive. That's too low.
That's low.
Ball 2. Out towards right center field. Walker coming on. 2 down. Here's the third baseman, Kobe Mayo.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Gets him to chase after that one.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Back here in St. Louis, bottom of the second. Ramon Urias now at the plate.
Off the plate, ball 1.
And that one fouled off. Inside. Ball 2. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Ward settles underneath it, and there's one down. Next to hit, Lars Nootbaar.
Lars Nootbaar.
On a line, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Waste no time there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Gone straight into the visitors' bullpen. A 2-run blast, and it ties it up. It's 2-2. So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Victor Scott next up for the Cardinals. Popped up. And foul ball. Scott goes 5 feet 11 inches, hitting 9th in today's lineup, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2022. Ball 1 there. Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Check swing, now an appeal to third. Nope, he held back. Tied up here in the early going. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Here's the second baseman, Thomas Saggese. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. Hard hit to third. Gets it to first. And that will end the inning. Back here at Busch Stadium, here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Leody Taveras. And the 1-0. Oh, that plunked him.
That ball got
And that's now
right there.
twice he's been hitting this one.
For the Orioles, shortstop Gunnar
Here's the
Henderson.
shortstop at the plate. Gunnar Henderson. He's already homered here in this one. This one in the air center field. Scott on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out. In steps the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a ball hammered left field. It bangs off the wall. Cut off, throw to second. The tag out. Here's Adley Rutschman. Grounded out his first time up. This one in the dirt, and well done to keep it close. The 1-0.
Ball 2.
Oh, and this one gets away. Runner stays put at third. Looks like an intentional walk after falling behind 3-0. Didn't want to risk nibbling. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. Now here is Ward. Doubled his first time up. The 0-1. Way inside. In the dirt, blocked. And an excellent job keeping it right there. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two on, two outs. Swing and a drive, deep right field. High bounce over the fence for an automatic double. A run comes in on the play. Here's the center fielder, Colton Cowser. He was plunked at his first trip to the plate. Swings through that one out in front that time. Oh, great stop. Fires to first, and they get the out. Bottom of the inning. Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn.
Mason Wynn.
And there's a foul ball. Next offering way off the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Got him swinging.
This is baseball, not tennis. For the Cardinals.
And up next for St. Louis, Ivan Herrera. He's 0 for 1.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Inside, ball 1.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. 2 down. At the plate, Alec Burleson walked his first time.
Alec Burleson.
Foul ball. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. Taveras under this one. And that is that. Back here in St. Louis, now here's the Orioles DH, Ryan Mountcastle.
You know, these Orioles doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
And there's one down. So digging in, Blaze Alexander. Fly to right his first time. And a swing and a miss there. Almost got him.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Takes it in for the out. And into the box for Baltimore, Kobe Mayo. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Ball 1.
Hand up as he asks for time at the plate. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. One now. Out towards right center field. Scott settles underneath it. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. Bottom 4, now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker.
Right fielder, Jordan.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Ball, that's it.
Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. Blows the high knee past him. That's a strikeout.
Next for the Cardinals.
And now Ramon Urias flied to left his first time. Misses the sweeper. Check swing, and he went. That's strike two. That one way inside. Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Baseball, not tennis. For the Cardinals.
Lars Nootbaar, the next to hit. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Swings through that. Strike two. Got him swinging for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the fourth. Ready now for the fifth inning. Here's the Orioles leadoff hitter, Leody Taveras. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This one looks like trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a leadoff double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
Henderson, the next to hit, takes ball one. And a swing and a miss.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Outside with a breaking ball. Just missed. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Man at second. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. On the ground to first. Burleson steps on the bag. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get the out. Big at bat now as the polar bear, Pete Alonso, steps in. 1 for 2. That one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. That one ripped, but foul. One away with a runner at third. And we're at the top of the fifth. Not close with that one. Ball 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And a remains 2-2.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Here's a 2-2. And there's a ball. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And now the switch hitting catcher, Adley Rutschman. Foul ball there. The 0-1. A little out front there as he swings through it. Good job to fight that one off. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate.
You don't want to run yourself out of an inning, so it's got to clearly get far enough away from the catcher. If you're the runner at third, think about scoring.
1-2 here. Struck him out swinging. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Joel Pozo. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Poog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. If you're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Fastball for a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
And that's got extra bases written all over it. 1 up, 1 down. And up next for St. Louis, Victor Scott. Struck out swinging his first time. Shortened the bunt and missed it, and it's 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. And that's a strikeout looking. Called strike 3 on a fastball up in the zone. Now it's the second baseman, Thomas Saggese. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Close, but called the ball. And 1-1.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Swings through that one above the zone.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. Top of the 6th inning, and into the box for Baltimore, Taylor Ward.
Now pitching for the
So out of the
Cardinals,
pen comes the right-hander, Chris
58,
Roycroft.
Chris.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Ripped on the ground to second. Fires over to first. One pitch and one out.
Up next,
So
for
next to
the
hit for
Orioles,
Baltimore,
center
Colton
fielder,
Cowser.
Colton Cowser.
Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
That's out.
Three-one is on the way. The other way, pulls it down, and there are two away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And it's fouled away. Way out front for strike two. Foul ball, still 0-2.
Wow, he got away with a mistake right there.
He goes down looking. Back here in St. Louis, now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. Grounds one to short. Henderson tosses to first. Leadoff man retired in the sixth.
Up next,
Here's the
for
Cardinal
Cardinals,
DH, Ivan Herrera.
hitter, Ivan Herrera.
Ball one.
The 1-0.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you'd have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond. Just a tough pitch to hit, and not an easy one to throw either.
Out number 2. And now Alec
Up next, for
Burleson.
the Cardinals, first baseman Alec Burleson.
He was late there, strike one. Hard hit left side. Toss to Alonso. That's the third out. Back here at Busch Stadium and into the box for Baltimore, Blaze Alexander. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Ryan Fernandez.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Swings and misses. That's strike one.
Ball. That's inside.
In the air, right field. Walker on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And a quick out, number one.
Up next,
Kobe
for the
Mayo
Orioles,
digs in
third
now.
baseman, Kobe Mayo.
Swing and a miss, strike one. On the inside corner for a strike. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Back to the top of the order now. Now, Leody Taveras. Two down, nobody on. Hit in the air out towards left center field. Pretty well struck. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Now a chance for Gunnar Henderson. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. It's 0-1. Ground ball to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Set for the last half of the seventh. Now St. Louis, Jordan Walker, Andrew Kittredge into the game.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And that one is lifted in the air. Ward settles under it. One away. Ramon Urias next up for the Cardinals.
Third baseman.
So now a pinch hitter for the Cardinals, Nolan Gorman.
And he would be the tying run, Boog, so we may see him try to launch one if he gets a good pitch to handle.
Nolan Gorman now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
On the ground, Alexander. Throw to first in time. Here's the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. He caught it behind his back to first, and very nicely done for the out. Back here in St. Louis, ready to begin the eighth. Pete Alonso getting ready to hit.
You know, these Orioles, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
It gets down, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league.
New arm of the mound for the Cardinals, Matt Swanson. And now Adley Rutschman fouled off. He was late. Alonso gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That one ran inside, almost got him. The 2-1.
Ball 3.
Time asked for now ahead of the 3-1 pitch. Quick toss to first. Alonso gets back easily. There's a swing and a miss. On the ground, could be 2. The underhand flip, 1 and second to first,
No,
not
safe.
in time. Great effort there. 1 out man at first. Taylor Ward now at the plate. Swings and misses at the sweeper. Next offering is fouled back. And the 0-2. That's inside.
Ball 1.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And that one in the air center field. Scott takes it in for the out. That's out number 2. And now the center fielder, Colton Cowser. 0 for 3 in the one. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And that is out of play. That one outside. Ball 1. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. Bottom of the 8th. Now up for St. Louis, Joel Pozo.
Right through there for a strike. And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout.
For the Cardinals.
Victor Scott next up for the Cardinals.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Liner, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Round second, digging for third. And he gets there. The tying runs at third with a triple.
He was all over that one. A huge at bat in this game.
Kyle Bradish gets the call from the pen.
Well, with the runner at third and less than 2 outs, he's coming in looking for strikeout. right here. Ball put in play, give him a good chance at bringing home that run.
Stepping in, Thomas Saggese. First pitch misses.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners if they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
Puts a bunt down. Got him for out number 2, but the run scores, and we are tied. Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a groundout. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. That one fouled hard the other way. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Pitch misses, ball 1. And a swing and a miss. The hat trick. That ends the frame. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the designated hitter for the Orioles, Ryan Mountcastle. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. Swings through that one out in front that time. Line to right, base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about. Hitter, so no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Here's the second baseman, Blaze Alexander. Swing and a miss as he was late. Fought off foul. Stays alive. The Orioles with the go-ahead run at first here at the top of the 9th. On the ground out to short. The flip. There's one. A sensational double play. Cody Mayo, the next to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
And a big swing and a miss.
You know, that's a swing you'll see a lot against a good sinker. Just right over the top. Tough to barrel that up.
That one misses, and it's 2-1. There's the strike. That missed by a lot, and that's ball 3. Absolutely crushed, and that one is going to land by a man down by the river. And they jump in front in the 9th. It's 4-3. So back to the top of the order. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Leody Taveras. Out front with the swing, and that is strike 1. Foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that is that. Bottom of the 9th. So now here's the Cardinals designated hitter, Ivan Herrera. There's a strike, 95 of that one. And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. A huge out to start the bottom of the 9th. Alec Burleson will hit next. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. And we have a tie ball game. It's 4-4. Here in the bottom of the ninth, one out. Jordan Walker next up for the Cardinals. And that misses. And the count is 1-1. This one in the air, center field. 2 away now. Here's Nolan Gorman. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. That clips the corner. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. That's the 3rd out, and we'll play extra innings in this one. Back here in St. Louis, we're in extras here. Gunnar Henderson digs in now. That's towards center. Scott gets there. He's under it. 1 up, 1 down. Go ahead run on base. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck left field. Way back there, it's got a chance. Brings it in. Runner tags it second. Save! And the go-ahead runs at third. Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. To the right side. In plenty of time to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. On to the bottom of the 10th. Now up for St. Louis, Lars Nootbaar. Dietrich Enns will take over here.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out. He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boo. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So now with 1 away and a man at second. And so they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Pedro Pages, the winning run on base for him. Pedro Pages in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. And he hits a ground ball right side. Toss to Alonso. The winning run moves up to third, so they'll be happy with that. Here's the center fielder, Victor Scott, 1 for 3.
Nope.
Swing and a miss. And the count even at 1. Swing and he popped it up. Brings it in. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Back here at Busch Stadium. Now we go. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Riley O'Brien.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Tap foul at the plate. Tied at 4. And that one fouled off.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
0-2 now. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. So up next, Colton Cowser. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. A little out front there as he swings through it. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen, throwing beatings. Go ahead run on base. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Man on second, 2 down. Ground ball right side. Base hit into the outfield. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Swinging a foul out of play. The 0-1. And ball 1.
Damn.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. That one just misses. Fly ball down the line. Walker on his way over. Got him. Nice grab. And that's the 3rd out. All set for the bottom of the 11th. Now up for St. Louis, Thomas Sajid. Coming on for the Orioles, Yennier Cano. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. There's a ball.
Hurry up, batter. It's got to be a short game. Then I got to get home for lunch.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
On the ground to third.
No,
down
ball.
the line, and it's foul. Late with the swing there. On the ground to third. Throw not in time, and they walk it off. In comes the winning run, and the Cardinals walk it off in the 11th.
So exciting to see a team walk it off. Not so much fun if you're on the other side, but what a great way to win. This team is celebrating, and this
Close one here today, and your final 5-4. A 1-run extra inning win for